Are we likely to see the plan redrawn, or are you sticking to the same game plan?
We'll stay true. We know where North is.
Scott, what are the keys to staying tight, I guess, this week on the back of a disappointing result to make sure you can flip the script on Saturday?
Honest review, honest conversations, opportunity for us to see our game where we can be better. We've looked at our week last week around our preparation and the performance. So we'll just come through our review process. What that looked like is good conversations around where our game is, where it needs to be, where the learnings are, and what we've been given is an opportunity for us to respond. And we talked around what that needs to look like in our game for this opportunity coming in on Saturday.
Have you been able to nail down exactly why things aren't clicking the way you want to at the moment?
Yeah, it's a fair question, because what we're engaged around is the quality of our skill sets, the execution of our roles, certain areas of the field and what that looks like, and also the ability of the components of our game, the synergy, our defence to our attack, our set piece, and the synergy there. So again, back to the conversations around where the opportunities are for us to be better. And to be honest, we have those conversations after all performances. This is a performance that we need to correct around our intent and basically us as a team making a stamp on the game.
How do you make sure heads don't drop after a result like that, and that the boys stay up and motivated and ready to respond?
Oh, the men, you let them feel it. You let them feel it, and because they care. So you give them the time and space to feel that, and we still are. There's hurt there, and there should be. And then as we get into our week, and that started with the review this morning, as we get into our week, now's the process around, from that learning, where's your engagement around opportunity to be better? What does this look like as a team? But first and foremost, as an individual, where were you? What are your learnings? Where can you be better?
Scott, what's it like in the coaching group after maybe this is as a group this is your first loss, but just tell us a little bit of it, give us a little bit of insight on what it's like. I mean, is there a lot of soul searching, or is it self-examination, or what? Just what goes on in your group?
I think it starts with the coaches. Like when you look at performances like that, where the synergy, the game itself, and the performance wasn't of the standard that you expect, I think the first thing you do is look at yourself as a coach. How did you help prepare the individual? How did you help set the team up? So we've had those conversations as coaches around what does our week look like, and then from that we move into for care for the players. Where can we be better for you here? What do you need? What does it look like around a game? As a coaching collective, we met yesterday, we met this morning. We always talk about our game, how our areas of our game synergise and connect. So that's really important.
Specifically, Scott, where are you looking for improvements in your game?
If you look at facts and you take out the emotion, the facts are we were caught in our own half. Our efficiency of getting out of there wasn't good enough. Argentina were allowed to apply pressure on us, and we didn't respond well enough in that area of the field. So what does that look like? The efficiency, the understanding of us getting out of our half better to play. As we got into the Argentinian half, the facts show when we applied pressure, we came away with points. But also our skill sets at times let us down with the execution. So that'll be our focus.
I guess that kicking strategy, the exits there, a lot of that falls on the 9-10. How do you assess that area, and do you back them to improve, or is it a selection thing that you look to? How do you assess that?
It's probably more a structure thing. So if you break it down, facts, Argentinian kick off, they come round, they end up getting on into a winger. Okay, structurally, how can we adjust that? That's where they went. Do we adjust? What does it look like at the ruck? Was the presentation well enough? One or two balls bounce out the side for TJ. It compromises his technique. So you come right into the details of what it is, and the structure for us is the structure allowing us to get out of that corner on our terms. Where do you look? You look at what we've done well in the past. You look at where others are doing it well also. So we've gone through that. There needs to be adjustment there.
Scott,
Coach,
you look.
there's only one test left before you head to South Africa. Just in terms of improvement and learning and all the things that you guys talk about, how much as a result in the weekend accelerated the need for that to happen this week?
So it's one test at a time for the All Blacks. That's where we focus. We've been through one where there's a lot of learnings for us. Those learnings need to be applied going through the season. So this is a test we need to learn from, take the learnings now, and that result of that continues for the coming tests. It's not one where we need to go through again. So that's our challenge. Whatever you learn, how do you adjust and you continue that through the year? So that'll be our focus this week against Argie. What's in front of Argie is not for our concern at the moment. We've got to do a job this Saturday.
Scott, you look at your reserve bench and they're expected to bring a lift to the game. Do you think they did that?
The influence from the bench for us this year has been phenomenal. You look at the impacts we've had the first 3 tests. So you look at the quality that's come off the bench and what that's given us. If you look at moments on the weekend around how we can be better for the bench, also around giving them the opportunity to get into the game. We're happy with where we are with the squad, the roles that the boys did coming off the bench. We're happy with. However, there's opportunity for us to put them in a better stance. So when they're coming on, we've got momentum for them. We're allowing them to achieve what they need through their game and their skill set. So just as importantly, the group that's on the field needs to set up the impact from the bench.
You said you've had already had a chat with the coaching group.
Yeah.
Are we likely to see the plan redrawn, or are you sticking to the same game plan?
We'll stay true. We know where North is.
Scott, obviously with the defensive, we talked about the opportunities missed on attack, but conceding 38 points, and that falls into your portfolio.
It does.
How tough do you take that?
Personally, you take those kind of things personally, and what is your game? How can you correct it? We talked about as a defence today that we need to be far better than where we were. We understand the opportunities that we had on the weekend to be better. When you're talking about defence, you're talking about physicality and intensity, and we went too far off there. You're asking the question, so you'd always, and you would know that defensively, our tackle rate was as high as any test. But when you're playing Argentina, it's a different form of attack. Think about the kick game we had, where their tries came from was off the back of us not being set defensively. So I was happy enough when we were able to set and find our shape. What we need to adjust to quicker is a transitional change, and that'll be our challenge.
Scott, typically All Blacks teams, especially in recent years, respond pretty well off defeats. Is the danger this week kind of to expect it? I mean, just the mindset, because you've got to have guys on edge, right? Yeah. What is your mindset?
Great question. Great question. We've addressed that. There should be a response because of what we go through for the week, because of the learnings, because of our adjustments around, could be attitude, it could be physicality, what it is. It won't just happen. So it's a great question, and we've answered that with the group around the importance of a response and what it needs to look like. The response also needs to be the learnings we've been through this morning and the weekend and we've discussed need to take us through the year. So that needs to be the long-term response. Great question.
How much of it's emotive to skill set? What's the balance there?
Oh, it's a good athlete has both. He has the ability to use his skills under pressure. When there's resilience needed, mentally he can stay connected around his skill sets. In life, not everything goes your way, but your next play is the opportunity to confirm, reset your quality control. So our challenge as a group is, and we've used the word today, finish. Skill sets your finish. So how we prepare this week will be around that.
Scott, just on the reffing of that game, there was a moment there where Blackadder made that tackle and his shoulder went to the head. Is that how you like to see the games reffed, where it could have made a big impact on the game and seen a player sent off, but it wasn't?
Yeah, I think there was good communication between the TMO and Angus, the ref, and there was good dialogue around what that represented, what the outcome could have been. the process for us. Safety always first, but I thought they controlled that really well. The outcome was fair, I believe, in that instance.
Have you guys, as a coaching staff, had a chance to look at the other game played on the weekend, Wallabies and Ospreys?
Not myself personally, as you could understand. There's a fair bit of looking at our game at the moment.
Cool.
Cheers, guys. Thank you for that. I appreciate that.
Cheers, guys. Cheers.